Hello everybody. So today I'm going to be teaching you Python. So first, you need some stuff, the Visual Studio Code you need. So go to this page, visualstudiocode.com, code.com.
Hello everybody. So today I'm going to be teaching you
from there. And sorry about the noise from there. So did you guys download it yet? If you did, then text it down there. If you have Visual Studio Code already, then that's fine too. So I'm waiting. Okay. So now go to python.org and download Python from there by clicking this button here. I already have Visual Studio Code and Python. So yeah. So download it. I'm gonna ask you once again. Did you guys download this? So download Python now. So www.python.org. So then you're gonna download Python fully. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. So make a folder and it can be named anything. I named it Python tutorial just for this video. Make a folder in File Explorer. You can make a folder in File Explorer. Let me show you how to do that right now. Actually, I can't show you it right now. So, did you guys make a folder in File Explorer? Yes or no? I will make a tutorial on HTML. So here, go Documents. Here's Documents. Right click Documents. Go to Show More Options. And click New Folder. And then name it anything you want, like I named my Python tutorial. Where did it go? Oh, right there. Name Python tutorial. It doesn't have to be empty, but it can also. So yeah. So did you guys make the folder? Did you make the folder? What? So did I say yes or no? Okay, you did. Okay, so open the folder in Visual Studio Code. So did you guys open the folder in Visual Studio Code? Did you open the folder in VS Code? Okay, once you do that, click New File on the Start page. And to open it, you go File, Open Folder, Control K, Control O. So you just do Control K, Control K, no, Control K, Control O. And then you do it. Control K, Control O. First, look down here. Control K was pressed, waiting for the second key of the chord. Control O. Then you get that. So now go click New File and Python file. Did you do that? Did you make a new file and Python file? New file and Python file in the welcome page? New file and Python file up here? Did you do that? So just click New File, Python file, and then you made it. Okay, now click Control S. Wait, you can't see my file explorer? That sucks. Okay, in Control S, go to your Python tutorial or whatever your folder's name is. My folder's name is Python tutorial. Wait, let me show you it. So okay, so I'm gonna do Control S and go to my documents. In my documents, I'm gonna click Python tutorial. And then I'm gonna name it. Gonna name it main and just save it. And now you got main.py. And it says you have the black formatter extension installed. Would you like that to use that as a default formatter? Say yes. So that does you good. And you can delete the welcome page. So did you guys do that? Did you guys do that? Okay, good. Now we can start the real programming. First, before we just start, click the terminal button up here and click new terminal. Terminal. Why did I say terminal? And then you get this terminal here. Did you guys do that? Did you guys do that? Also, if you want to get more further into the video, then subscribe and like the button and like everything and share this thing. So yeah, subscribe. Subscribe, everybody. And like this tutorial. Subscribe now. And did you guys do that? The old stuff. Is anyone even watching now? I'm just gonna check.
Is anyone even watching now? I'm just gonna check.
It says one is watching now. So I'm gonna just anyone there. So yeah. So I'm gonna move on to the next thing. So here, right, type print hello world. And now to run this, you can do Control R. Just kidding. You just click this button, run Python file. And if you have Python installed, it should say here, select in the select language mode, Python. And I'm not using Prettier. Wait, why am I using Prettier? Okay, I'm not. My extensions are right now Black Formatter and these stuff. So now you just click run, and once you run it, it'll say hello world in the terminal. That's the most basic thing you can ever do. Now when you tell you how to do a comment. So to do a comment, you just write hashtag this is a comment. It won't be run in the real thing. And now let me tell you how to make a multi-line comment. So I'm gonna do 3 quotes. 3 single quotes. Just kidding. You have to do 3 double quotes. Yeah. And now enter. Now you can type this really won't be run. So now if we run the thing, it's the same thing. It just says hello world. So yeah. And for the next thing, there's global variables and local variables. So this is a global variable. So first I'm gonna make a variable like x. Wait, I didn't even tell you what variables are yet, so let me teach you what variables are. Variables are stuff where you can store stuff in. So x is a variable here. X equals, and we can name it blah. No, I'm, and y equals learning. Oh yeah, we need a space here. Then I won't count that as a space. I'm learning Python. And now, so we just have to say print x, comma, y, comma, z. And then it'll print I'm learning Python. Because that's so much easier than writing I'm learning Python. We could just say, if we want to use the same thing many times, then you wouldn't want to write I'm learning Python all the time. That's why you can just use variables to help us with that. Print x, comma, y, comma, z. And now if we run this, it'll give us I'm learning Python. After that, after we know what variables are, you can also, I'm going to tell you 3 data types in variables. So, the number 1 data type is an integer. It's also written as int in programming. It's not written as integer. The next type is a string, which is just written like this. That's a string. Those 2 quotation marks. And the third type is a float and a complex. No, integer is written as numbers. No, I don't want to do that. And floats are written like this. Point. Anything with a decimal is a float. And then, integers and floats do not need quotation marks. And complexes too. A complex is written like this. So let's say we have a number and we want to do exponents, so we can do e to the 5th power, like 3e5. That's a complex. If you want to write these, like for programming, if you want to switch a data type to a data type, which you cannot do with complexes, that's a bit advanced. I'll tell you that later. So we know this is all strings. These all XYZs are strings. So now I'm going to tell you which are something else. X equals, why did I do that? Actually, we're going to do integers first. 9. Now here, X equals print X. And here, X equals 9.2. Print X. Wait, print X, yeah. No, why are we printing X? Print type X. Print type X. This type function will tell which data type or type is the variable or anything else. Now let's do a complex. X equals 3e5. Print type X. Oh, why you keep on... I can't get out of here. Now let's run this. So this, the first class, X equals 9, is an integer. It says here. The next class is a float. What? The next class is a float? This is a complex. What? Why is this a complex? So why is this a complex? I didn't care why, but I mean, why is this a float? This is a float, right? Yeah, that is a float. I mean, that, what am I saying? That is a complex. So, I don't know why that's happening, but I don't know why, but why is that doing that? I don't know why, but maybe if I do 3j, then run it. There. So this is a complex. Now if I did j, because that's scientific type, int, float, and complex. And I can also print type x, comma y, comma z. And now if I do this, wait, why? Yeah, that is an error because we can only print one type per turn. So that's a string, str. You write float and complex is full, like that. Now I'm going to tell you how to convert data types. So to convert a data type, so first I'm going to do that. You just do something like this. X float x equals float 9. Now if we print this is the answer. X is a float now, because floats are stuff with decimals, so just added 0.0. We can also do this for something else than float. I'm just going to take this. X equals int is for an integer. X equals int 9.6. Now if we do this, we get 9 because that's a float here. This data type is a float. So let's take it even farther. So complex 9. Let's do this. 9 plus 0j. But I have to tell you something. You cannot make a complex into an integer. Let me show you. So int 5j. Now it'll give us an error. Because you cannot make a complex into an integer. There's many more combinations you can do, but you cannot make any complex into an integer or float or string. So let me show you one more example. X equals str string 9 print x. And now x is a string this time. I know float skd. But we cannot convert that into a string. We can do 9, I guess. 0. So 0. Yeah, numbers, strings with numbers get converted into floats and integers. It will also work as an integer. And there we go. So that's how you convert data types in Python. The next thing I want to tell you is different things. So x equals 5. X equals 5. Now, are these the same, these x's? Let's check. Print x five. I need to change the capital X to 6. Why is it saying 5 now? Look, see? And if I do print capital X, it will say 6. This is because X, capital X, is not the same as lowercase x. You can do any type of variable, but a capital anything will not be the same as a lowercase variable. I meant to say capital variable. So we get those answers. Now, let me tell you global and local variables. So a global variable is a variable which can be used inside a function and outside. A local variable is a variable which can only be used inside a function. So this is what I'm going to tell. So let's say I make a variable called global. No, I can't make it. Oh yeah, I'll also tell you this. I'll tell you that later. Let's make this GLB equals 89 equals I'm global. And now let's make a function. This is how I make a function. Define many what should I say? So I'm going to yeah, we can just name it my function, I guess, and do this. Now define my functions here. So we can do now. Oh yeah, I'll tell you. Indentation is really important. So if I don't indent and now print GLB, look, see, there's an error. Why is this an error? Expected indented block pylons. You always need indent. Let's say we even space once, it'll work. But for now, this whole function, I always have to indent one or it won't work. Look, see? Print GLB. And now it'll give me an error because there's two spaces. Most programmers, I will tell you, are to do tab. 4 spaces, tab is the best. Tab makes it pretty neat looking. So, yeah. So now let's print GLB. And it gives me why are you not printing it? Oh, not save it, I guess? I don't know. Huh? It's only saying 6. I'm global. Yeah, define my functions, print GLB. Why is that not working? Oh, I see. I remember. Once you're done with the function, you have to write my function and do that. And now you run it. I'm global. It prints. I just want to do that. Yeah, I'm global. I don't need space. So now, let me tell you local variables. Local var. So, let's get all of this again. And let's name this something else. My function 1. And let's make a thing called here GLB. I'm local. So now in this function, we can use this variable. So let's print this. This will work. I'm global. What? Oh, because GLB is already defined. And if let's say I already have a GLB up here, that's why it's printing GLB, the global one, because global trumps over local. So lock. I'm just naming a lock for some reason. There, now it should work. Yeah. What? What? Why are you not printing my... because my function's only doing it, not my function 1. I'm local. Wait, if I did GLB here, would it work? It would. Never mind my global always trumps over local. It will still work. But I'm just gonna name this lock. So Control Z, Control Z. Because that's better. So now let's get out of this function. And now let's print lock. And run this, it'll give me an error. It'll say lock is not defined. What do you mean? It is defined. No, it's not. This is a local variable. Local variables can only work in functions. So if I did print lock there, it said it was working. But now it's not because it's only a local variable. And I forgot to show you that this global variable term. Look, see, if I here print GLB, my global variable, it will work even outside it. That's why local variables can be useful, but global variables are also useful. Because if you want to make variable inside a function only using the function, local variables are good for you. So that was about local variables. Now let's move on to something different. Okay, cases of like camel case and stuff. Cases of capitalization. So there's many cases of capitalizations. Like this one. So there's camel case. Everyone should be familiar with that. Remember camel case where the first letter is capital and yeah, the first thing is capital in the camel case one. So yeah. So camel case is one of them where the first one's capital and other ones, the first one's lowercase and the second capital thing is capital. So I'm just gonna show you the thing which I want to show you about it. So I'll tell you the thing where the camel cases and stuff. Let me just get it to you. So let me find the thing where it says all different types of cases in Python. And so there's camel case, Pascal case, snake case, and kebab's case. So let me show you an example of camel case. So my var equals 67. Now that's camel case. Now let me show you an example of Pascal case. Pascal case is like this. So Pascal case is like this. So Pascal case is Pascal case. Let me tell you about it. Some Pascal case is like oof, everything is breaking in my head. Pascal case is what should I tell you about it? It's kind of hard to tell. So let me tell you. You know what camel case is now. So I just need to get a drink of water. Okay, I got my drink of water. Pascal case is like this. Camel case can be like this. The first letter is lowercase and all the other letters are uppercase. For Pascal case, this is the thing. All the letters are uppercase. And now it's time for the next type, which is snake case. So I'm pretty sure you guys will like snake case. Snake case is a really funny one. So everything is lowercase, but you have to keep it underscore. My var equals 677. I can print these. I'm just gonna copy this. I just have to change a little bit. Make the M capital in that. So those are the types of cases of capitalizations. So if we run these, they're all their options. And now I'm going to tell you something different, which is the naming techniques. So I'm going to So these are variable names. Some definitions for variable names. I was typing this when I was not talking. Variable names. A variable can have a short name like X and Y, or a more descriptive name, age, car name, total volume. Rules for Python variables. A variable name must start with a letter or the underscore character. A variable name cannot start with a number. The variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscores, A through Z, 0 to 9, and underscore. Variable names are case sensitive. Age, and age are 3 different variables. A variable name cannot be of any of the Python keywords. And I'll tell you what the Python keywords are just right now. There's a bunch of them. like global is one. So these are them. And is a Python keyword. As is one. Assert, break, class, continue, define, del, elif, else, except, false, finally, for, from, global, if, import, in, is, lambda, none, non-local, not, or, pass, raise, return, true, try, while, with, yield. Those are all types. So you cannot make a variable called global equals 6767. Cause that's a thing, you know. So let me fix my house right now, and I'll be back with you in a short time. You can hear the welding taking place right now. It's been like an hour since I started the stream. 41 minutes. So I'm gonna text. The first one to reply is the best. In 3, 2, 1. Anyone replying? The first one to replying this thing is the best. First one to reply, y'all. First one. So, sorry guys for being so long. So, yeah, you're the best then. Okay. So let's keep on going with Python. I just told you what variables names can have, the rules of them, and the Python keywords which a name cannot have. And we also explained snake case, Pascal casing, camel casing. Those are all the cases of capitalization. This is just a rewind to check on what we all did. So we also explained local variables, like this, where we define a function, and we made a variable and it's local, and we can print that local variable. But that local variable does not work outside of this function. So if we do print lock, it'll give an error, like that. It'll say lock is not defined. Even though we just defined it there, that's because it's a local function. We also explain global functions and where we can print them outside of a function. And indentation, that you need spaces once you start a function. And also that capital X is not the same as lowercase x and other variables. We also explained what some data types, like float, int, complex string, and how you can change the data types. We also explained that variables are really important because you can, let's say you need to keep on saying, I'm learning, you can just print y really easily. That's why variables are the best. We also explain what integers are, like x equals 9. Also what floats are with a decimal point, and what complexes are with scientific notation. We also tell what a comment is and what a multi-line comment is. So I also wrote print hello world on this thing. So now we're going to start something else. We're going to do some Python strings. Okay. So this video is for very absolute beginners, so not to confuse you very much. If you want to quit, you can quit right now, so yeah. For Python strings, there's not much we can do with strings. Actually, there's a lot, but this is for beginners, that's why I'm not going to explain too much of it. So, you all know what a string is. We can assign a variable, some strings. Oh yeah, I just forgot to tell you. If we assign this SDS with single quotes, it's fine. If we inside this, no, I don't want it that long. If we also assign this with double quotes, it's also fine. Look, see, we can print both of these and they'll be working perfectly. And so this is, let me just run this program so you guys can see. Look, see, SDS and SDSD, whatever that is. Now I can teach you a bit more. So, you know how to install it. And a bunch of stuff. You know comments, you know variables now. You know all the variable names. Let me also tell you a new thing which you did not know. It's about variables. There's much stuff about variables. Let's just do a bit more of strings. So if you want to find the length of a string, you just do this. Print. Oh, why am I writing this wrong? Print len these stuff ks And now you can also do that here. Print KKL. And now if we print these, we will find the length 3 and 4. So I also need to tell you one more thing. If we want to print KKL and we only want to print one thing of KKL, so I'll tell you how to do that right now. It's really easy. I'll tell you how to print only one thing. You do KKL, do square brackets, and remember, the first letter is always 0. Like S will be 0. So let's do 1. This will be D. The answer to this. Let's check. Yep, it shows D over here. And we can also do 2 for it. This should be S. Yes, and we can also do 0 for it. This also should be S. Yep, S. So that's something about strings. There's a lot more to learn for strings, but we can do one more subject. Actually, there's a bunch, but we'll do 2 more things about strings. 3 more, actually. So, let's say you want to loop a string. You can do it like this. Use the for function. Let's just do KKL because that's our function. And I want to name it KKLS BT. And now KKLS for KKLS in we can do BT and do print KKLS. And now if we run this, look, see, now you can see my thing is doubled. So I'm gonna take a little break now. See you in some time. So, another break. It was just a small one. Okay, now I'll tell you the next thing. It says BT. We never needed KKLS. It'll still do the same thing. So next, I'll tell you if there's something inside something. So I wanna make KKLS back actually, and make it way longer now. And I'm just gonna make it KKLD, and lorem is blah jar mar. Okay, we just made a really funny sentence. Now we can do KKLD. No, KKLD. Oh, yeah, this also makes a function even though we never defined KKLS. KKLD. We can do something like this. We know what KKLD is. Print blah in KKLD. True. It'll say true. Now we know that blah exists in KKLD. Now let me tell you something different. We are going to check only if blah is present using an if statement. So we know KKLD exists. I'm just going to Control C and paste it here so you guys can see. We're going to do an if statement which says blah. This makes much more sense than the print one. If blah in KKLD print blah is in KKLD. This makes more sense. So now if we run, blah is in KKLD. It says that. That's perfect. Now we can also check not in stuff with the same print method and the if method, but we're first gonna do the print method. I'm just gonna paste this again. Print BT not in KKLD. Now, if you run this, it will say true because it's not in KKLD BT. Now we can do the same thing with the if statement. We can do if BT not in KKLD print BT is the best, but it's not included in the text. And now if we run this, oh, okay, BT is the best, but is not included in the text. That's the if statement thing. Now let's get back to variables and I'll tell you some really cool stuff you'll want to know. And you wish you would know. So, I'm going to make a new comment which says variables again. This is probably like this for you. No, this is not a function. And now we can just do this. So, let's make a small array. X, Y, Z equal. This is single line XYZ thing. What we did earlier. Learning. I'm learning Python. So now, if we print X, this will give us I'm. Because X, Python automatically will say X is equal to M. What am I doing? It will automatically say that. So, yeah. Now we can also do this for every other variable. I'm just going to copy that. Yeah, Y. And that is, I'm learning Python like that. We can also make an array and do the same thing. Or we can make one value to all of the multiple variables. which I'll do right here. X equals Y equals Z equals hello. And now we'll just do print XYZ. And they'll all be hello. Hello, hello, hello. We can also unpack a list or array. I'll tell you how to do that. First, we need to make an array. This is something you really want to know. We'll make this called YouTubers. YouTubers will have some stuff inside them. YouTubers will have BT. Oh wait, I forgot quotations. Mr. Beast and Don Scaffer, because that's the best person in the world, because that person was the only person who replied. And now X, comma Y, comma Z equal YouTubers. So now we got that. Now, if we print X, it'll be BT. Let's run this. BT shows up as BT. Now if we print Y, it'll be Mr. Beast, and if we print Z, it'll be Don Scaffer. Like I said. I really hate Mr. Beast, but just said him. I don't really hate him that much. So, you know now what that is. Yeah, you do. So, that was a bunch of basic stuff. But I'm going to tell you some more small and easy stuff you would want to know. Actually, I might tell you it, but probably it's a bit hard, that's why I'm just probably gonna skip it. But I can tell you it sometime. Yeah, so I'm just gonna skip it. So now this is what we learned. Oh wait, yeah, I need to tell you one more thing. So I'm gonna do a display. So here we go to CMD and open it. So we got command prompt, but we never have to do this method. We could always just do this. File Explorer, go to Documents, go to Python Tutorial, and on here, just type CMD and open it. And now we're already CD'd into here. Now you can do this. Since you installed Python, you have the thing called Python, and do this Python version, and it should tell you what version you have. And you can also do pip version if you ever want to install some libraries. My pip is not working. Oh, it's working today. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you something really easy. What was I wanted to tell you? Oh, yeah. So, you know our file is called main. So, if we just do python main.py, this is how you can run this file in CMD. If you don't have Visual Studio Code and have Atom or something, you can just click enter, and now tell us all the stuff you just did on command prompt. So let's just do one last recap. So we did the hello world print thing, and we learned this is an integer, this is complex, and we learned data types and how to convert data types. And we learned variables and strings and converting data types. We also learned that capital variables are not the same as lowercase variables. And a global variable can be used inside a function and outside a function. A local variable can only be used inside a function but not outside a function. We learned that there's 3 main types of capitalization in Python: camel case, Pascal case, snake case. We learned that all variable names have to have these set of rules, and here are the Python keywords. And we learned a lot about Python strings and how you can print them and choose their lengths. And we also learned that from an array, how you can find stuff in a thing, and it will tell true or false, or you can do an if statement and just do something random. And now we learned about variables and how you can assign all variables in a single line the same thing, or different stuff like x, that, and the same stuff here. We also learned how you can unpack an array to different variables depending on their position and print them. So that was my whole tutorial on this. I hope you really enjoyed. Subscribe to be the best one, and if you don't subscribe, I'll kill my cat. In 3, 2, 1, 10 more seconds are left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You just saved my cat. So, bye.